Kenshi is a difficult game to quantify. It'd be if Mountain Blade had a baby with RimWorld. On the outside, it's an ugly baby, but on the inside, just gorgeous. At its heart, Kenshi is a squad-based, open-world RPG sandbox with survival mechanics and base building. Kenshi's become somewhat of an underground cult hit, with a reputation for being a brutal game that has no interest in holding your hand. There's a good chance that as you leave the safety of the city that you started in, you're going to be attacked by starving bandits looking for food, attacked by cannibals looking to make you their food, or attacked by slavers looking to throw you in chains, shave your head, and throw you into a cage. But that's not going to be the end of your game. You're going to go on. From your cage, you're going to make a plan. You're going to undo those shackles. And then, under the cover of night, you're going to pick that lock. You're going to get out of your cage. You're going to sneak. But then you're going to get hit in the head. Most games, this would have long since been a game over. But in Kenshi, you're only growing stronger. Kenshi is truly a gigantic open-world sandbox. There are no official storylines, no quest markers that say go here, do that. This unstructured gameplay can be frustrating to some players. I tried to get my bro into this game. He just couldn't get used to gameplay being so open. As players, we've been trained for years to expect that quest marker there, to have that hand-holding, that structure. Right from the start, Kenshi lets the player know it's not that kind of game. The game makes its stance on traditional questing systems quite clear. If you go before the Emperor of the United Cities, he will bestow upon you a quest to defeat the Grave Wraith. But first you must find the Skeletal Wizard, for only he can bestow the potion of godly powers that can defeat the dreaded Grave Wraith. He will then give you a sack that you will need to give to the Skeletal Wizard so that he can brew you the potion of godly powers. However, if you look in the sack, all it contains is a single fruit pit. Him and his goons will then start laughing out loud, before he finally says, okay, get back to work. While it's clear this dialogue is a playful jab at traditional questing systems, you can still find people on online forums saying, hey, where the hell is the Skeletal Wizard? While the bag you're supposed to give to the skeleton contained a fruit pit instead of the Emperor's seal, skeletons do actually exist within the game. Let's go to character creation. Yeah, graphically the game's not going to blow you away, but I mean it was started mainly by one guy in 2006-2008, and it became one of Steam's first 12 early access games. Most of us care more about gameplay than graphics anyway, so... And that's the kind of games you're going to be seeing on my channel. But the game does have landscapes that are beautiful in their desolation. Chris Hunt, the game's creator, calls the post-apocalyptic... Shit, I can't say that word. Post-apocalyptic aesthetic swordpunk. Alright, starting out, we have some control over starting parameters, various scenarios to choose from, such as how many people do you start with, where do you start in the world. I'm picking the Empire Citizen start. That's one character starting in a city in the middle of the Great Desert. Alright, you got the humans with two different sub-races. You got the Greenlanders, who are your kind of basic humans. They're pretty common through the Holy Nation area. They're good at farming, cooking, science. And then you got the Scorchlanders, who are more common in the Great Desert area. They kind of suck at labor, but they make excellent smiths. And then you got the Skeletons. These guys are sentient AI badasses. They're probably the ones responsible for ending the entire world. These guys have more hit points, making them more durable. They got more experience in heavy weapons, more experience on turrets. They don't need to eat, which in the world of Kenshi is a big-ass plus in the beginning of the game, because there's a good chance that if you're not careful, you're going to starve to death in the beginning. Unfortunately, unless you got a little experience in this game, you probably shouldn't pick them straight off, because they don't heal like biologicals do. You know, on their own. You need special repair kits and repair beds, which are expensive, and then there's the problem that you'll pretty much be killed on sight and anywhere in the middle of the map. Anywhere in Holy Land territory, you're pretty much killed on sight for being a evil metal abomination in their eyes. Yeah, if you're not a male Greenlander, the Holy Nation ain't too cool with you. Yeah, if you're playing a female character without a male escort, they'll actually enslave you. If you're playing any non-Greenlander character, they'll enslave you. They aren't the nicest people on the face of the earth. There's a reason in my game I'm attacking them. I made an alliance with the Flotsam Ninjas. The Flotsam Ninjas are these female ninja badasses that escaped the oppression of the Holy Nation. And now they've started a little base, and you can go up and make an alliance with them, and then kind of team up and fight against the Holy Nation. It's kind of cool. The game's alliance mechanics are pretty basic. It varies from faction to faction, but in this case, as an example, with the Flotsam Ninjas, if you build a base near them, they'll defend you if you get attacked. They'll defend your base. And if you maul their leader, it gives you a note that you can give to their passing patrols, and then that patrol will follow you into combat. Alright, next up we have the Hive. The Hive's a race of stick-like humanoids that are ruled under a collective mind ruled by the Queen. However, any Hiver you pick up as character outside of the collective are going to be outcasts, and they're going to be treated as such if you run into other Hivers in the world. You got 3 subspecies of Hivers. You got the worker drones, you got the soldier drones, and then you got the princess. Finally, we have the Shek. Shek care about pride, they care about honor, they care about physical strength. They're basically Klingons. They're going to be your warrior race. Yeah, with these guys, you're going to get an experience boost to attack, strength, and toughness, but you're going to get a penalty to just about everything else, from athletics, dexterity, dodge, farming, labor, robotics, science, stealth, thievery. But they're damn good fighters. Alright, starting out, I picked the Great Desert. I also like the start that gives you a dog as a companion. Or the start that gives you 2 characters, and you start off enslaved by the Holy Nation, building giant statues until you can manage to escape. But I picked this one because of the rich copper deposits and all the rich merchants who have lots of money in their pockets made off the backs of slaves. This way I can mine all the tons of copper and have plenty of NPCs to sell it to. As far as how you play, that's up to you. It's a sandbox. You could be a trader, a farmer, a hunter, a bounty hunter, a scavenger, an explorer. You can make good money early in the game if you buy a map from the tech hunters and go raiding an agent lab location. Get yourself some nice gear early from the raiding an agent armory. A lot of players like to start training a thief early, stealing from weapon shops, armor shops. But with the rest of this video, I'm going to show you guys what I did personally. And then I'll show you guys my current city. The game can really be separated into 2 parts: before you start to build a city and after you start to build a city, because it turns into more of a tower defense game at that point. The game really does change completely. I'll show you guys where it's prominently the best place to build a late game city is, resource-wise, as far as raw resources are concerned. I hesitate to say that because really, part of the fun of the game is deciding where you want to build your city. And you really can build pretty much anywhere, especially once your scientists learn the deep secrets of hydroponics. Okay, super quick. If you like my video at all so far, could you do me a favor and like and subscribe? I want to make more videos like this that feature awesome single-player games. The AAA industry seems to think that single-player games are dead. I think that's BS. Alright, then back to it. Like I said, I like this start because of all the copper mines completely surrounding the start here. Now, you ask 10 different players how they play this game, you're going to get 10 different answers. A lot of people like keeping small groups, going out as an adventuring, kind of playing it as a role-playing game. I play it more as a real-time strategy, an RTS, an RP RTS. I wanted to create a massive industry. You can have 30 people total in the base game. Vanilla, though, with mods, you can get up to 250. In fact, that's the most popular mod. I was surprised. Most people like playing it, a small group. I like a massive group. Let me show you guys. Really quick, while we're watching this lone samurai completely destroy these untrained, starving vagrants. It's illegal to be poor in the United Cities. Let's talk about combat. The combat animations in this game are really good. You hit someone in the arm with a sword, an arrow, a harpoon, it's going to damage that body part. Do enough damage, it's going to rip it off. Their arms, their legs. Eventually, you can replace them with cybernetics. So in my game, I mined copper for cash to hire strange guys that I met in bars, so they too could mine and work hard. I bought a house in the city to research the tech I would need to survive in the wild and build a city of my own. And this was that city. A great city. A sexy city. A city where every race could come together in peace and freedom to worship me. Now, I am running various mods, so yours might not look exactly like mine. Now, for a review, I probably shouldn't run mods, but the game is highly moddable and maintains a very active modding community on Steam. A lot of players feel the game's a little rough still, maybe a little slightly unbalanced, maybe not quite finished, and many players suggest just modding out anything you don't like. The game even comes with an extensive editor. But, is this still a review? I don't know what this video is. I give this game the Alex's Pick Award. It's, very prestigious. For I am the world, and the world is Beep. Now, if you play this game for any amount of time, you're gonna wonder who the hell this Beep character is. It's perfectly normal to be a little Beep curious. You have a growing character, after all. He's one of the many unique recruits you could find in this world. I'm not going to spoil your own special relationship with Beep, nor will I go into the lore and spoil that. Since humanity almost got wiped out, most of their history is lost, and it's fun to try to piece together the story bit by bit as you play the game. Some of this history you'll learn through character matter as you explore new biomes, especially through your skeleton recruits, where they live through the fall of civilization. Now, the reason I like this base location so much in my game is because on top we have 2 iron resource nodes and 1 copper. Unless you messed with the FC settings, it'll be the same. Now, iron nodes, we both have 110 quality, 135 efficiency. You want as close to 100 as possible, or anything over 100. It's got the copper, 100 quality, 100 efficiency, 105 stone, 80 water. And since it sits on the edge of 2 different biomes coming together, you can grow more food options since you have more soil types. Wheat in the green is 93 fertility, 117 crop yield, and edible cactus in the arid, 97 growth rate, and 97 crop yield. That's pretty good. It's a good location. One thing I think the game did quite well was its job system. You can give each recruit dozens of jobs at the same time on a quarry with various priorities. Watch them run around like it's an ant farm as your base slowly becomes a well-oiled machine. Most of the time you can just sit back with your coffee, watch it go. Every now and then you gotta jump in there. The production line gets kinda messed up and requires the player to micromanage, reset the line. But for the most part, good job. Now, there are some drawbacks that make this location a more of a mid to late game location. Assuming you make nice with the crab lovers, the Crab Nation. Every now and then you'll get attacked by the skin bandits. Skin bandits are skeletons that will capture your people if they get knocked down and pick them up and bring them back to their HQ so they can skin them alive and wear their skins as a coat so that you can continue to call themselves humans instead of machines. They're very nice guys. Personally, I'd prefer to be captured by reavers and thrown into a cage as a slave instead, because at least that way you have plenty of time to mount a rescue operation. But this was just my story, what I did in my game. Due to the nature of the game, everyone will have a different story. A story more unique and personally crafted and surprising than any video game story writer could put together. Like I said, a lot of people prefer to travel the world in a small group. There are many dangers: acid rain, being eaten alive while the acid rain falls on you, being cooked by a giant solar space laser that continues to blast the surface to this day. The world of Kenshi is a dangerous place, but there's an awesome community on Reddit that are ready to help you with any questions you may have. There's some awesome artists on there that want nothing more than to share their fan art with the community. Go there, show them some love. Also, you can talk to me here because I love talking about this game. I love talking about games in general. Anyway, the next game I'm going to do is going to be on a little-known gem called Max, Mechanized Assault and Exploration. It's a 1993 turn-based 4X. I still play it, and I consider it one of the best strategy games since chess. I'll see you guys soon.